Have you ever stopped to think about how unusual a cashew nut really is? It sits in bowls of trail mix, appears in stir-fries, gets blended into dairy-free sauces, and is often enjoyed as a simple snack. Yet despite being one of the world's most popular nuts, the cashew has one of the strangest origins in the plant kingdom. In fact, what most people call a cashew nut is not technically a nut at all. So what exactly is a cashew nut? Why has it become so popular around the world? Let's find out right here on History of Food. The story of the cashew involves a colorful fruit, a toxic shell, centuries of global trade, and a journey spanning multiple continents. The cashew tree, scientifically known as Anacardium occidental, is native to northeastern Brazil. Long before cashews became a global snack, indigenous peoples of South America were already using various parts of the tree for food, medicine, and practical purposes. European explorers encountered the plant in the 16th century and quickly recognized its value. Portuguese traders eventually transported cashew trees to their colonies in Africa and Asia, where the trees adapted remarkably well to tropical climates. Today, countries such as India, Vietnam, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, and Brazil are among the world's leading producers of cashews. One of the most fascinating things about cashews is how they grow. Unlike almonds, walnuts, or hazelnuts, which develop inside fruits or shells in a more familiar way, the cashew forms at the bottom of a swollen stalk called the cashew apple. This apple-like structure is brightly colored, usually yellow, orange, or red, and is actually a fleshy accessory fruit. Hanging beneath it is the kidney-shaped structure that contains the cashew seed we eat. It almost looks as if the fruit is growing upside down. The cashew apple itself is completely edible and highly nutritious. In many producing countries, people make juices, jams, candies, and even alcoholic beverages from it. Surprisingly, the cashew apple contains more vitamin C than many citrus fruits. However, because it bruises and spoils quickly after harvest, it is rarely exported internationally. As a result, many people around the world have never seen one, even though they regularly eat cashews. What makes the cashew truly unusual is the shell surrounding the seed. Between the outer shell and the edible kernel is a caustic substance called cashew shell liquid. This oily compound contains chemicals related to urushiol, the same irritant found in poison ivy. Contact with the raw shell can cause skin burns and irritation. This is why cashews sold in stores are never truly raw in the natural sense. Before reaching consumers, they must undergo heating or steaming processes that neutralize the toxic compounds and make the kernels safe to handle and eat. Because of this extra processing step, harvesting cashews is often labor-intensive. Workers must carefully remove the shell without damaging the valuable kernel inside. In many regions, this work has traditionally been done by hand, requiring skill and patience. The complexity of processing helps explain why cashews are often more expensive than peanuts and some other snack foods. Nutritionally, cashews offer much more than their rich, buttery flavor. They are packed with healthy fats, protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Cashews are particularly known for containing copper, magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, and zinc. Copper plays an important role in energy production and the formation of connective tissues, while magnesium contributes to muscle and nerve function. Their combination of nutrients makes cashews a popular choice among people seeking nutrient-dense snacks. Another interesting fact is that cashews contain less fat than many other popular nuts. While they are still calorie-dense, a significant portion of their fat content consists of heart-friendly, unsaturated fats. Research has linked moderate consumption of nuts, including cashews, with improved cardiovascular health when incorporated into a balanced diet. Their creamy texture also makes them an attractive ingredient in plant-based cooking. Now, although we commonly call it a nut, the cashew is technically not a true nut from a botanical perspective. True nuts, such as acorns and chestnuts, are hard-shelled fruits that contain a single seed and do not naturally split open when mature. The cashew, however, is actually a seed that develops outside the fruit. It grows attached to the bottom of the cashew apple, a fleshy, pear-shaped structure that serves as the fruit of the cashew tree. Because the edible portion is the seed rather than a true botanical nut, cashews are more accurately classified as seeds, even though they are grouped with nuts in cooking and everyday language. This unusual growth pattern makes the cashew one of the most distinctive and fascinating foods in the world. Cashews have also played an important role in global trade. The international cashew industry is worth billions of dollars and supports millions of farmers and workers worldwide. Vietnam and India are particularly well known for processing and exporting cashew kernels, while several African nations have dramatically expanded production over the past few decades. As consumer demand continues to grow, efforts are increasingly focused on improving sustainability, worker safety, and local value-added processing. Culturally, cashews appear in cuisines across the globe. In India, they are commonly used in curries, desserts, and festive dishes. In Southeast Asia, they add crunch to stir-fries and noodle dishes. In Western countries, they are popular in snack mixes, baked goods, and health foods. Their mild sweetness and creamy texture allow them to complement both savory and sweet recipes. Perhaps the most remarkable thing about the cashew is how deceptive its appearance can be. What looks like an ordinary nut is actually a seed attached to a fruit that many people have never seen. It grows outside the fruit instead of inside it, develops within a shell containing irritating chemicals, and requires careful processing before it can be safely eaten. Few foods have such an unusual path from tree to table. So the next time you grab a handful of cashews, take a moment to appreciate their incredible story. Behind every crunchy bite lies a tropical tree from Brazil, a colorful fruit, a naturally toxic shell, centuries of global history, and a fascinating example of how nature often creates things in ways we would never expect. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. Thank you for watching.